Yes, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Tao. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good too, thank you. Okay, so let's try to move on now, Tao.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, just for a moment. I have to share the presentation.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I hope you can see the presentation, Tao.
Yes, I see it already.
Yeah, okay. So we will going to continue our discussion all about
Mm,
the Unit 12. You did really well, okay? So we all know last time about the different jobs and the tasks that this particular jobs will going to do, right? So
yes.
we also listen about this particular job description of Francesca, okay?
Mm,
And we all know already the jobs that she already done. Okay. And we answer that one. Okay. So moving on now. So for the speaking strategy, talking about completed tasks with the yet and the word already. Okay.
mm,
So how are we going to use yet and how are we going
mm,
to use already in different sentences? Okay. We have here, Tao.
yes.
I've already filled the sugar bowls. And then we have also here, I haven't put the menus on the table yet. Okay, then
Oh,
Carrie asked Francesca, have you put those out yet? Now, look at what Carrie and Francesca said and uh, tick the correct columns in here. So we
mm,
use already. So what do you think would be the use of already in the following sentences or in this sentence? I've already filled the sugar bowls. So
ah,
is it used in
in
positive sentence?
positive sentences.
Yes. Okay. So we use the word already if you're talking about positive sentence. Okay.
Mm, mm.
And then what about the word yet?
Used in negative sentences and in question.
Yes. So we use negative sentence and in question, just like for example in here, right?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
word haven't. So the word haven't is a short form for the word I have
Mm,
not, right?
mm, yes.
Okay, so the long form of that would be I have not. So to
Mm,
contract that one, so that would be I haven't.
mm.
Okay, so
Um,
therefore, this
yes.
one is a negative statement, right? Or sentence. And then we use also the word yet if we're talking about asking question.
Mm,
Okay? Okay,
yes.
now which word comes at the end of a sentence? Let's try to circle. So, which word comes at the end
Uh,
of the
yes.
sentence?
The let the word yet.
Yes. So, it should
Mm,
be yet. Now, remember again, in using the word yet,
mm,
we should have to put this one at the end of every sentences that we have.
mm,
Just like, for
mm,
example, I haven't put the menus on the tables yet. So the
mm,
yet there is put at the end of the sentence. And we can also use yet in
mm.
question, but it's also at the end of a question.
Yes.
Okay, now,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
now learning tip in here. When learning useful expressions, it is good idea to look for patterns or
Mm,
things in common. For example, when you want to talk about completed actions and the
mm,
time is it important, we
mm,
use the pattern I have plus a verb.
mm,
Like for
mm,
example, I've already filled. So that would be the verb, right? So I filled or I put. So the verb is in here, right?
mm.
Okay, so I and then plus have plus the verb.
No need.
Okay.
No need already. Is
Yeah,
no need already
yeah. We can also put already in
in
there.
practice? Yes.
We can also put have in there.
Have.
Have
Yes.
plus a verb, na,
Mm,
right?
mm, yes.
So
Yes.
That would be
Ah,
the
ah,
pattern,
okay.
right? So
Okay, okay.
it can be I plus have plus a verb, or it can also be I've already feel.
Oh,
So it
mm,
can also be like that. Okay, so that
yes.
would be also the pattern. Okay?
Mm, yes.
Okay, like for example, when we say I, okay,
Uh, I've filled the sugar bowl.
okay, I've, what did you say? I've,
Sorry.
let's try to put that one in a sentence. Let's say, for example, I've, okay, let's say going back in here, right? So what do you think would be the things that Francesca
Uh,
already done? So I filled the
I filled the
sugar.
sugar bowl on the tables.
Yes, so we can also use that one. So I've
Mm,
filled. And now remember also Tao, that using
mm.
the verb, so the verb should be in its past form
Past,
already.
past perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be with the ed in it, right? Okay. So I filled the sugar bowls on
On
the
the
table.
table.
So I filled, okay, the sugar bowls on the table.
Mm,
Okay. So
mm,
what's the pattern or what's the structure? I plus have plus the verb in it in its past form. Okay. Tao or tao.
yes.
So that
Yes.
would be it.
Mm,
Okay. Moving on now. So looking for patterns in language is a useful way of
wait.
helping you to remember
Remember
the
expression. Yes.
expressions.
Yes.
Okay. So moving on now. Now, for the speak up activity, you are working in a restaurant. Say what you have already done and
Mm,
what have you not done yet.
mm,
Use
mm,
I have or I haven't plus the correct form of the verb. Like, for example, in letter A, we say, I've already filled the water jugs.
mm,
Okay. In letter B, you can also say, I haven't filled the water jugs yet,
mm.
right? So
Okay.
again, the already is used at the beginning of the sentence, and then the yet is there can be found at the end of the
Mm.
sentence. It can also be used in a form of question. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Now, let's try to do this one, Tao. So how are we going to do that, Linda? C.
Ah, I have, I've arranged the flower already. Ah, no,
I
I've
already
already arranged
the
flower, the
flowers.
flowers.
Yes,
Yes.
very good.
Uh,
So
uh,
because the already
uh.
there can be at the beginning. So I've
I've already
already
arranged
arranged, okay,
the
the
flower.
flowers.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be it, right? So I've
Yes.
already arranged the flowers. Next, in letter D,
I haven't checked the reservation list yet.
yes. So I haven't. So this one is
Mm,
negative. So I
mm,
haven't checked
mm,
the reservation lists yet.
mm.
Okay, that's correct. Next, letter E,
Uh, I've already talked uh,
to the chef.
to the chef about the money.
Yes. Okay, so I've already
Mm,
talked
mm,
to the chef
mm,
about the menu.
mm,
Okay, this is correct. Okay,
mm.
next.
Uh, I've, uh, I've already put the knife and fork on the table.
Yes. Okay, so I've already put the
Mm,
knives and
mm,
forks on the tables.
Mm.
Okay, correct. Next,
Mm.
numerology.
I haven't turned. I haven't turned on the music yet.
Yes, okay, so it's negative. So
Mm.
haven't,
Mm.
I haven't turned on,
Mm.
turned on
Yes.
the music yet. Okay,
Mm.
that's correct.
Mm.
Okay, next, letter H.
Uh, I haven't written the menu on the board yet.
Yes, so I haven't
Mm.
written
Yes.
the menu
Mm.
on the
On the
board
board yet.
yet. Okay, so this one is correct. Okay, next, letter
uh,
I.
I've already cut the bread.
Yes, so I've already cut the bread. Okay, correct.
Mm.
And then the last one.
Uh, I haven't lighted the candle yet.
Okay, the past participle of light would be
Lighted?
lit.
No. Lit?
Okay,
Oh, no.
yes. So that
Okay.
I
Lit.
haven't lit the
Uh,
candles yet. Okay, so that would be lit. Okay,
uh,
Tao. So
yes.
this is how we are going to what? Say
Mm.
the things that you have already done,
Lit.
right? Okay, that you have already done or have not done yet. Okay, so let's try to practice this one, Tao.
Yes.
Okay, let's start from A, B up to letter J. Okay, can you say that one?
I agree with it. I've
Yes.
already filled the water jug.
Okay.
Hmm. I haven't filled the water jug yet.
Okay.
Uh,
I've,
I I've 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 already arranged the flower.
that's correct.
I haven't checked the reservation list yet.
Very good.
I've already talked to the chef
Yes, to the chef.
about the menu.
Okay.
Uh, I've put I've already put knife and fork on the tables.
Yes, put.
I haven't turned on the music yet.
Yes.
I haven't written the menu on the board yet. I've already cut the bread.
Okay.
I haven't lit the candle yet.
Yes. Okay.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
um, in telling the things that you have
mm,
done, again,
mm,
remember you have to use
mm,
I've already, and then I plus have plus the past form of the verb. In
mm,
telling that you're not yan, where you're not done yet, the things that, let's say for
mm,
example, the boss that you are, that he or she is telling you, you are going to say I haven't. Okay, so that would
yes.
be it. Now, let's say, for example, if your boss told you, have you able to call, or have you able to call the clients yet?
Mm,
Have you called the clients yet? So how are you going to answer that one, Tao? Let's say, for example, yeah, your boss is telling you, have you able to call, or have you, or um yes, have you called the client yet?
mm. No, I haven't called
The clients
the
yet.
client yet. Yes.
Yes, okay. But we don't say no, okay? We have to say I haven't, because
Oh,
they're in the word I haven't, that's also negative. So we don't repeat that
okay.
one, okay? Or
Okay.
you can also say, have you called the clients yet? So if your
Mm.
answer would be yes, so you will not going to say yes.
Uh,
So you just
uh,
have to say I I've
haven't.
called I've
Mm.
called the
I thought.
clients. Or I've already called the clients.
Okay. No,
Right?
no need
No
to say
need to
yes
say
or
yes or
no.
no.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay. If you will going to use I plus have
Mm.
plus the past form of the verb. Okay?
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so that would be it, Tao. Okay, so moving on now. Now, you are a manager of a clothes shop. As if
Mm.
the tasks below have been done. Okay, you are going to say, have you tie-dyed the clothes yet?
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so that's in number one, right? Okay, what about in letter B? How are you
Mm.
going to ask question? Let's say if you are the boss.
Haven't you checked the till yet?
Yes. So uh have you checked? Okay, there's an
Ah,
ed in it, right? So
yes.
you are going to say, have you checked
Check. Mm.
the the till
The
yet?
till.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's a question. Okay, next. What about in letter C?
Haven't you turned on the computer yet?
Okay, so you will going to say, have you turned on the
Mm.
computer yet? Okay, so
Mm.
that's a question also. What about in letter E, L or D?
Haven't you swept the floor yet?
Okay, so you were going to say, have you swept,
Mm.
okay, the floor yet?
Yet.
Okay,
Yes.
that's correct. And then the last one,
Haven't you unlocked the door yet?
yes. So you were going to say, have you unlocked the
Mm.
door yet?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, so that would be it, right? So
Yes.
these are the questions, okay, that you will going to ask if, let's say, someday, okay, someday, Tao, if you have already your own business, maybe, okay, and then
Mm.
this is how you are going to ask your your employees of the things that they have done already, right?
Ah,
So you can use this question instead of saying, "Oh, are you done with that?" Okay.
okay.
Instead of saying that, because sometimes it's
Mm.
what is one? It's going to be embarrassing if you are the boss and then you are too bossy, right? Okay, get
Mm.
that. Okay, go there. Okay, something like that. Okay, sweep the floor, something like
Mm.
that. So instead
Mm.
of doing that, you may say or use the following words because these words are less maybe it's a less negative to
Mm.
impact to the employee,
Mm.
right?
Mm. Mm.
Because
Mm.
you ask them in a nice way. Have you checked the till yet? Have you turned on
Yes.
the computer yet? Do not say,
Mm.
"Oh, are you done turning on the computer?" So that question is too bossy, right?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Instead of
Mm.
doing that, you have to use this one now. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So that would be it. Okay. Do you have questions with this now?
No more
No
things.
more. Now, let's move on to the listening part. So, a busy evening for this is the first night of Francesca in
Mm.
in this particular job. Okay, let's try to listen. Okay, Carrie
Listen.
and Francesca talk again later. So listen and take A or B. But before that, Tao, learning
Yes.
tip. When you listen to people talking, try
Mm.
to listen how they sound as well as what they see, right? It's
Mm.
very obvious. If the person gets angry, we can be
Mm.
able to what? We can be able to um, gauge that one to the
Mm.
tone of the voice of that person, right? Oh, the manager is angry, right? So the
Mm.
manager
Mm.
is angry with her employees, okay?
Yes.
Because the
Mm.
manner of how we talk to our employees, of course, that would be heard by someone or others. Oh,
Yes.
that manager is so good because she
Mm.
can be able to talk to her employee nicely, right?
Mm.
So there will
Yes.
be a good impact to the manager if the
Mm.
manager knows how to use words that doesn't hurt the employees.
Mm,
Right?
mm,
How?
okay,
Okay, look
okay.
at this
Mm,
one. So the tone of the voice can give you useful information about the person's attitude. Okay, for example, whether they are feeling positive or negative, happy or sad. So we can be able to gauge right away to the behavior of that certain manager. Ah, that manager is not good. Why? Because
mm,
she keeps on telling her employees not good. Okay?
mm,
So
okay.
it can be like that. Okay, now let's try to listen. Tao, Carrie, and Francesca talk again later. So we will be going to check what are the best answer for this. Okay, that would be number 8.
Recording 8.
Okay, well, that's it. They were the last customers, so we're done for the evening. So, how did you find it? How did it go?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, good, good. Oh, that's really nice because I think it went really well overall, and you're very friendly and natural with the customers.
Thank you.
Well, there are just a few little things.
Sure.
I noticed that the food, the plates, sort of stayed on the table for a few minutes after the people were finished. But usually what we like to do is, once both people or everyone at the table has finished, can you just make sure you clear the plates as soon as possible?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this way they can have a bit of space and have some time to just chat a bit, and if they want dessert, and yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure I do it next time.
No, it's not a big deal. Like I said, it was just a little thing.
Oh, yeah.
And just one more thing. It'd be really good if you could just try to keep the water glasses filled. Just fill them if you notice that they're empty as you're walking around or when you're taking orders.
Ah, okay. I thought if I do that, probably I'll just interrupt them.
Oh, good point, good point. No, it's fine if you can just very quietly go over and fill them.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. Thank you very much for the advice.
How about tips? How did you do?
Um, I got about £35.
£35? That's pretty good. Actually, that's really good for your first night. Most people only make about £15.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, I think you're a natural. And sometimes on your first night you make a bit less, but that's actually really good. But you work for it, don't you? Do you have any questions or anything you want to talk about?
Not really. I enjoyed working here.
Yeah, like I said, you did really well. And it gets easier as you go on. The first night's always the most difficult one.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Mm,
when do they talk? Is it A or B?
B, in the end of the
Yes.
evening. Yes,
Yes, okay. Actually, that would be a very nice conversation between a manager and an employee, right? You can
yes,
give feedbacks right after working hours, right?
yes,
How?
yes,
Because if you
yes.
were going to give feedback to your employees right there and there during the working time, it's not good. Why? Because there
Mm,
would be a lot of
mm,
people
mm,
that may hear what you are going
mm.
to tell to your employees, right? So that would
Yes.
be good. Now, how
Mm.
does Carrie feel about Francisca's work?
Mostly positive.
Yes, so it's mostly positive. And how much money did Francesca make in tips?
35
Pounds. Wow.
pounds.
So
Yes.
according to the boss, Carrie,
Mm.
it was a big amount of money, right?
Yes,
Because
yes. Mm.
during the time of those
Mm.
employees, okay,
Mm.
especially those who are new one, they couldn't get 35 pounds. The most is just
Mm.
only 15 pounds, right? But
Yes.
Francesca can be able to
Mm.
make that one. Okay? Now let's
Yes.
try to understand now the notes. Okay? Carry notes on Francesca's work during the evening. Okay? So Maybe we can answer that one, right, Tao?
Yes.
So Francesca, overall, according to Carrie, she went well,
Well,
right?
uh,
What about the good points that Carrie gives to Francesca? Francesca
friend,
is
friendly and natural with customer.
yes. So she is friendly and natural, okay, with customers, ways, okay, natural. So with customers. So what are the ways to improve? Those are just minor according to the boss carry, right? So
Yes.
what are the ways to improve? She will be going to
Clear, clean,
okay,
uh,
clear
clear
the plates, right?
the place. Yes, yes,
Yes, so
the
the
place.
plates as
Yes,
soon as possible.
possible. Yes,
Okay, this is plate, sorry. So plates. Okay, and keep the
mm,
water glasses filled,
mm,
right? Okay, Tao. So fill the water glasses filled.
uh,
Okay, and gets good. She gets a good. So Francesca gets good tips.
uh,
Right, Tao? Okay,
yes,
because she is friendly and natural with the customers, and there are few ways on how to improve, right? So look at how Carrie, the manager, talked to Francesca. Okay, does she able to embarrass Francesca when he talks to her? Of course, Carrie doesn't embarrass Francesca, right, Tao? Because
yes,
when she talks to Francesca, she talks about the ways on how to improve nicely, right?
yes, yes,
She
yes.
said what she said. Okay. I hope you can still remember in the audio what she said on ways how to improve. Could it be something like that? Could it be possible
Yes,
if you can
yes,
clear the
yes.
plates as soon as possible?
Mm,
Okay, yeah, right. Or she can be able to use. Um let's say have you cleared the plates as soon as possible, right? In
mm,
asking something like that. You can also say
yes.
that, okay? And these ways to improve are just very, according to Kari, are just very minor, right?
Mm,
And she can be able to do this one, okay?
yes,
And she can
yes.
learn all of these things. Okay, so overall, maybe we can say that the what is one the okay what do we call this one this one is the notes, right? Okay,
No,
this one is the notes
uh,
of Carrie to Francesca. Okay, overall notes. Okay, Tao.
yes,
Okay, now we have here. Did you know that in the United Kingdom and Ireland, it is usual to tip 10% in a restaurant? Wow. So that would also be good, right? So in the United
yes.
States, waiters expect a tip of 15 to 20%. Okay,
Wow.
why? Yes, because in United States actually the most popular jobs, as we all know, right, Tao, as we go back to
Yes, yes.
yes, is all about waiters and waitresses. So those are famous, right? Those who are
Mm,
serving in a restaurant as a waiters and waitresses are the most famous jobs in the United States. That's why, okay, a lot of waiters and waitresses expect 15 to 20%
yes,
tip. Okay. Wow. So that would be a big amount of money. Imagine
yes,
if
yes.
you have 100 customers in a day or in a night. So how
Mm,
much would that be? right, Tal?
Yes,
So
yes.
as if I would like to change my career now.
Really?
I would like to go to US and I would like to become waiters there. No, it's a joke. Okay.
Yes.
But in South Africa, they
Mm,
expect 10 to
mm,
15% tip. So in Australia and New Zealand, waiters don't expect a tip.
mm,
So that would
mm,
be
mm,
sad. But it's always
mm. Represent
appreciated
if you
if
give.
you leave
Mm,
one. Ah, okay. Not all. Because sometimes people also would give them a tip. Okay. But
yes.
they are not required, right?
Yes.
Okay, not
Mm,
unlike in UK and Ireland that
yes.
the tip is usually 10% and in the US 15 to 20. Wow, that would be nice, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's move on, Tao.
How about in Philippines?
In the Philippines, actually, we don't have.
About the tip?
Yeah, we
Mm,
don't have, because I also when I was still a student, actually, Tao, I work as a waiter. Okay, I
mm,
work part-time as a waiter. When I don't have
oh,
class, yeah, I go to a five-star restaurant, okay,
mm,
near my school and work there.
mm,
Actually, there is no minimum cash that we can be able to receive. Okay.
mm,
But what we did was we talked together with the waiters and together with the waiters, all of the employees that the tip, we were going to put that one in a certain box. And then
mm.
at the end of the evening, let's say it's already the end of our shift. So we
Oh,
will
I
going
know.
to count all of
Okay.
those tips and we will
Yes.
going to divide that
Yes, yes.
numbers.
The same in
Yes.
Vietnam. Yes, yes.
Family. Oh, that would be nice, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh, but there is also a so-called disadvantage for that also. Ta. Why? Because all I observed was actually I am a good waiters during that time, waiter during my time, huh? So
Mm,
I
mm,
received big amount of tips compared to my
mm.
other
Oh,
waiter. So
yes.
that would
Mm,
be the case. So that would be the disadvantage. Instead,
mm,
you can
mm, mm.
receive maybe a big amount, but
I
because of
know.
that, you can.
Mm, mm.
But it's
Okay.
also fair. It's fair enough also, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Also, same also in Vietnam.
Yes,
Yeah.
in
So
the
that would
same
be
but
nice. So that would be
yes,
a nice procedure, right, Tal?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on. Now we have here speaking about a busy evening. So for speaking strategy and giving feedback, look at the feedback Carrie gives Francesca on her work. Let's try to take the positive feedback and put an X by
Mm, mm.
the negative feedback. So letter A is given, so this one is positive. What about in letter B?
I think, can you just make sure? I think the
Here.
negative.
Okay, so letter B is negative. But okay, later on we're going to understand that one, okay? Letter C. It'd be really good if you could
Ah,
just try
mm,
to keep the water glasses filled.
yes. Positive.
It it would be really good if you could just
Yes.
try to keep the water glasses filled. That's negative tau. Okay?
Ne-
Yeah.
it would be really good if you just. Oh,
Yeah, if
okay.
you just okay.
Uh,
Actually, a very nice words, right? A very nice expressions. Okay, later on we're going to study that one. Okay, that's really good for you first for your first night. So that
mm,
would be
positive.
positive, correct. There are few little things
Positive.
negative.
Negative.
Negative
Just
feedback.
a few. Just a
Yeah,
few
just a
little.
few little things. That means there is a room for improvement tao. So a few little things. But the manager uses this one nicely, right? There are just a few little things. A few reminders maybe, right? But that's
Uh,
in a negative one. But look at what she said in there, right? Okay,
oh,
next. In letter F, I think you're a
uh,
natural. So that would be
positive, positive.
positive. Okay, now going back in here. How?
Yes,
In letter B, letter C, and letter D, right? So why are these negative? But it sounds nice to
yes,
hear,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Although all of these are negative one, but it sounds nice to the person,
Mm,
right? If
mm,
I am the employee, I wouldn't be embarrassed of the the negative things that you have said to me. Why? Because you said that one very nicely, right?
mm,
Or look at,
mm.
can you just make sure you clear the plates as soon as possible? Because sometimes we can hear a boss telling, oh, make sure that you have to clear the plates as soon as possible. So
Mm,
if you hear that words, something like it's you weren't able to do your part nicely, right? But
yes.
if you were going to use these words, can you just make sure, right?
Mm,
Okay. It would be really good if you could just, or there are just few little things. Now, look at this. Look at the negative feedback.
mm.
Every sentence contains just. So, what do you
Just.
think Carrie says this?
Mm.
Because, so what do you think? Look at this, huh? Tao.
You,
Just. Okay,
yes.
just. We have
Just.
also here just. And we have
Mm.
also here just.
Because he want, she
She,
want
yes,
her, her, her advice.
employees.
He want to. She want her employee receive her advice.
Yes, okay,
Uh,
because, yes, yes, that would be also nice, right? Because she wanted her employees to to feel, okay,
to
and
feel.
to
Mm,
learn, right? And to
mm,
learn
mm,
what would
mm,
be the things that they wanted to learn, but in a nice way, right? Because
yes, yes.
just
Mm,
is there makes the feedback
mm,
less negative, right? So if
yes.
you hear that feedback, I think that's good, right?
Yes.
That's room for improvement because it depends on the person telling you how to improve, right? Because if
Mm,
the person told you that, oh, you know what? You didn't do the right thing. Why? Because you didn't clear the place as soon as possible. So if that would be the boss, so that would be very embarrassing on your part, right?
mm,
Oh, as if after your shift, oh, I will not going to go to work anymore because
mm,
my boss told me that I don't have good work today. Okay?
mm, mm,
But if you were going to use all of these words, okay, you were going to use the word just, so that would be to make the feedback less negative. Okay, so that the person will not be embarrassed. Right, Tao?
yes, yes.
Okay, that's why one of these days, if you will become a boss, you will going to follow also. Okay, because
Mm,
these are a very good example of a feedback. Okay,
mm,
a
mm,
feedback. Okay, remember this one, huh? A feedback. Okay, these are actually I learned this one when I was still a student. So a feedback can be a feedback
mm,
should be sandwich.
mm,
Okay? Oh, you know what's a sandwich? So a feedback should be sandwich. So a sandwich would be there's a bread.
yes, yes.
So that would
I
be,
know it.
yeah, so that would be positive first.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
positive first. Okay, and followed by negative.
mm,
Okay, so that would be a sandwich feedback. Okay, because if you know how to do the sandwich feedback, that would be lesser, okay, than the negative part on the employee will be lesser. Okay? Okay, so that would be it, Tao. Now, sound smart in here. Linking between words. So look at these expressions from B and E. So, okay, B, E, right? So the expressions plates as soon as possible. And then there are just a few. Okay, so let's try to listen first.
Recording 9.
The plates as soon as possible. There are just a few.
Okay, now what have you heard? So there would be the so-called linking together. So link together, right? So we can see this symbol. So this symbol that means link together. So in a particular words, so we can use the link together if the if the first sound of the next word is a vowel. Okay, they are often linked together. If the word, okay, if the last sound of a word rather is a consonant, like for example, plates, right? And then the first sound of the next word is a vowel, like a, so you can use the link, okay? Like for example, in here, okay, we have plates, consonant, and then the first letter of the second word or the next word is vowel. So we have to link that. So how are we going to say that? Plates, places, right? As soon
Place as
as.
soon.
Yes, as soon as.
Oh, so
Yes.
difficult.
Yeah. So difficult, but that would be the correct pronunciation in English, right? Now,
Yes.
jessa, jessa.
Uh,
Okay, so
place as soon
the
as.
plates as soon as possible. There
Place
is there are
place as
just a
soon as.
few. Yes.
Uh,
So there
yes.
is just a few. Okay,
Uh,
so this one is consonant, and then after that a vowel.
yes. There
Okay.
are
Now,
just a few.
what about, can you find another example of this kind of linking in expressions A to F? Do we have? Okay, do we have? Uh-huh. Oh, we have actually in here. Although your, it ends in a vowel, but the sound is R because E in here is silent. So if you are going to say your, so your, the word or the letter that you can just hear is the R, right? How? So therefore we can be able to what? We can be able to link this one. So you're a. So I think you're a natural.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So we can also that one. What about here? Jissa, right? It's already been there. Jissa. Jissa, the plates. Where is it? The plates. The plates soon
Mm.
as the plates as soon as possible. So it's hard to do that one. Okay.
Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah.
so hot.
Yeah. Okay. Can we practice this one, Tao? Okay,
Yes.
using the link, huh? So there's a link in here. Let's
Uh,
try. Okay, letter A.
you did really well.
Okay,
Can you just make sure you clear the place as soon as
soon as.
possible?
Okay, very good. Yeah, soon as, right? So
Soon as
can you just make sure you clear the
the
places
plan as soon as
soon as
possible.
possible?
Uh,
Okay,
yes,
very good. Okay, next.
it it'd be really good if you could try to keep the water glasses filled.
Field. Okay.
That's really good for your first night.
Right.
There are just a few
Yeah,
little things.
just a few little things.
Yes,
And then
I think you're natural.
yes, I
Uh,
think you're a natural. Oh, see? So we were able to do that one now. Okay. Moving on now, Tao.
Yes.
Okay, for the speak up activity in here, you work in a restaurant. So give Sergi, a new waiter, feedback after his first shift. Look at this conversation and try to make the negative feedback softer by using can you, could you, and just. Okay, so these are the words that makes negative feedback softer. Can you,
Mm.
could you, and just. Then listen and speak to Sergi.
Mm.
Okay, let's try to listen to number 10.
Recording 10.
Oh, right. Yes, sure. Sure. Anything else? Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
so let's say, for example, you did well tonight. There are few
Okay.
things. Okay, and after that,
All
okay,
right.
Sergi would say, all right. And then
Mm.
you try to
Try
get the
to get
meals
news.
out as soon as possible.
Mm.
Okay, so how are we going to use this one, this negative feedback, softer? So let's say, for example, you did well tonight. There are few things. So how are you going to say that, Tui? Tao? So you may say, you did well tonight. There
Mm.
are just a few
Mm.
things,
Mm.
right? Okay. So we can say, there are just few
Mm.
things. Okay, next. Oh, Sergi, all right. And then try to get the meals out as soon as possible. So how are you going to say that?
Uh, it better. It be really good. No, no, no. Can you
Okay. Can you try?
can you try to get a meal as soon as possible?
Very good.
Uh,
Okay. Could it also be possible? Could you try to get the meals out as soon as possible, or try to get the meals out? No, just try to get the meals out as soon as possible.
mm.
Right? Okay. And Sergi will going to say, yeah, sure. Next, make sure you change the napkins after each
Uh,
course.
can you just make sure?
Yes. Can you just make sure you change the napkins after each course? Very good. And Sergi would say, sure. Anything else? Yes.
Yes. Uh, uh, uh,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Can you
Can
clear
you
the plates
uh,
quickly?
uh, uh, can you clear the place quickly?
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. And then Sergi would say, okay. Okay. So that would be it, Tao. Now, let's try Tao, huh?
mm,
Let's say you are my boss, okay? And then
mm,
you will going to give to me a feedback. So I am the waiter, okay? I am Sergi,
mm.
okay? So would you kindly tell me, okay, the things that I am going to do? Okay, go.
Uh, can you you did really well. Uh, can you just uh, make sure, make sure, make sure,
Okay, there
can
are few things.
smile. Uh, uh, it be really good if you no, make sure.
Okay, there
uh,
are
can you just make sure you smile with when customer arrive?
okay. So just in here, Tao. Let's try to go back to number three first, okay? Let's try to speak with this one, okay? So you are the
Ah,
boss. Yeah, you are going to tell me what am I going to do, and I will going to reply. I am Sergi,
ah,
okay? Okay,
okay,
let's
okay.
try.
You
You
did
did.
well. You did
Yeah.
well tonight. There are a few. No, there are just a few things.
Oh, right.
Could you try to get the meal out as soon as possible?
Yes. Yes, sure.
Uh, and can you just make sure you change the napkin after each course?
Sure. Anything else?
Yes. Can you clear the plate quickly?
Okay,
Uh, uh,
okay. Oh,
uh,
see?
uh,
So you're able to
uh,
tell your employees less negative, right? Okay,
yes.
very good. Now,
Mm,
number four,
uh, uh,
use the words below to give negative and positive feedback. Use the
mm,
expression in speaking strategy to help you. Remember to make the negative feedback softer. Okay, letter
mm.
A.
Could can you just make sure you smile when customer arrive?
Okay, could you just make sure you
Smile
smile, okay,
uh,
at the
at
customers as
arrive.
they arrive?
Uh,
Okay,
uh,
correct. So, could you just make sure,
mm,
could you just make sure you smile
smile.
at the
Uh,
customers as they arrived?
uh,
Okay,
uh,
that
uh,
is it. Okay, next, letter B.
uh, uh. I think you are very good waiter.
Very good. So I think you are a very good waiter. Now,
Uh,
letter C.
could you check and give customer the correct glasses?
Okay. Could you just check that
Mm,
you give customers
ah,
the correct
mm,
glasses? Okay.
mm,
So could you just check uh,
could you just check
that you give customers
that
the
you give?
correct
Uh,
glasses? Okay. So that
uh,
would be it. And letter D.
I think you are excellent for your first night.
Okay, so I think you are excellent for your first night.
Uh, uh,
Okay, that would be correct. Or you can also say that was an excellent first night,
uh, uh,
right? You can also
yes.
say that. Okay, letter E.
It really good. This really be good if
Okay.
you bring the
If
bill more quickly.
Okay, so it would be really good if you could just bring the
Mm,
bill more quickly. Okay, so that would be correct. How?
yes,
Okay? Okay, so plus bonus in here if you wanted to do this one, you can do it, okay? If you wanted to go to the restaurant, okay, and ask how was the services, was the waitress friendly and helpful, so you can maybe ask that one if you can go there in the restaurant town. Okay?
yes, yes,
Okay. Okay. So before we have to move on, let's try
yes,
to do the checklist first. Can you be able to understand conversation about the task in the workplace?
yes,
Yes, you can, right? You can also talk about
uh,
whether the tasks are completed or not.
yes,
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 like for
mm,
example,
mm,
I've already, and
yes,
then I haven't, and then at the last would be the yet. And
yes,
then, can you give and understand feedback?
mm,
Yes, you
yes,
can. Okay, good job. Now,
yes,
moving on now, Tao, with our unit 13.
yes,
Okay?
yes,
So, unit 13 is all about I've organized the trainer. Okay. So
Trainer.
when we are talking about trainer, what do you think would be the words that comes out in your from your mind when you hear about trainer? Okay, what do you think would be the trainer? Because there are also words like this, right? Tray, trainer. And what's the difference between the trainer, right, Tao? What do you think would be the difference between the trainer and the trainer? Again, hello? I can hear you, Tao?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, yeah.
The trainer is the person.
Yes,
Is the person uh, teach or train
who trained,
something
okay. A trained
something
something, so that would be a trainer.
for
What
uh,
about, yes, that's correct, actually. What about a trainer?
trainer.
Yeah. So what about a trainer? A trainer is a person who trains, right?
Uh, uh,
A trainer. So what do you,
is a session, is a workshop, like a
is
session,
it a
like a
workshop? Okay, let's try, huh? If that
uh,
would be. Okay, if that would be.
trainer.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's say, for example, if I were going to conduct a training to
uh,
to your country, so I will be a trainer, right?
uh,
But what about a trainer?
trainer. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
do you think trainer and trainer is just the same? We don't know yet. Okay, so we are
Yes.
going to
Yes.
understand that one. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, so before we have to listen and speak, use the pictures below to complete the crossword. So the
Mm.
first letter of each word is given.
Mm.
Okay, so there is one in here. That would be number one. So
Uh,
projector. Okay,
mm.
projector. So that would be correct. What about number two?
Number two.
This one is starts with letter F.
Uh, I don't know this word because I see it's the board,
It's this one, number two.
the tape. Uh, no, I don't
So this
know.
one is a flip chart.
Flip.
Yes. Okay.
Flip
So
chart.
yeah, so this one is a flip chart.
Uh,
Because there
uh,
is a stand in here, Tao, and then there is a
uh,
paper, and then if you wanted to write in
mm,
there, you just have to
yes,
flip
it's
that
called
one.
flip chart.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be a flip chart.
My company using yes in meeting room, but I don't know that
Ah,
is
yeah,
called
yeah.
flip chart. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just a board.
So so that would be a flip chart, remember that,
Ah,
maybe your boss will
okay.
going to say, "Oh, Tao, would you kindly get the flip chart?"
Mm.
Okay. Okay, or maybe you will going to ask someone, "Oh, can you please get the flip chart for me?" Right? So this
Mm.
is a flip chart. Okay. What about number three? That starts with letter M.
Mm.
You use that one.
Number three. Number
Actually,
three.
it ends with the word pen.
Pen, yes. Marco, Mac,
Yes, it's
uh,
marker pen,
Marco pen, yes.
right? So
Just
the one
yes,
that
yes.
so
Marco,
that is the one that you use actually in
yes.
writing, right?
Rarely I use it, this word. Yes,
Yes.
Marco, yes.
Yeah, so that would be a marker pen. Okay, next. What about number four? Let's try to do the down first, huh? Tao, down. So let's try to do
Now
the down. Okay,
for
number
number four.
four.
Oh, the second is the ball, a bar,
Yes, so this is
right? Right.
course, it's a whiteboard.
White ball.
Yes. We use this one actually, right? Because
Mm.
nowadays it's very famous, this whiteboard, because the flip chart
So,
already
yes. How
is
about is it different or the same?
the flip chart.
I think that they have the same function.
Yes, but as of this time,
What?
the flip chart is not usable already. So
Mm,
what is usable is the whiteboard.
what?
Gone those days that you were going to use the flip chart. Before, since we don't have whiteboard, so we can use the flip chart. But actually,
Mm,
flip chart actually Tao would be very what is one? Um, we use a lot of papers.
yes, yes, yes.
So
Okay.
there, this would be that would be the disadvantage of using the flip charts, because if
Yes,
your boss keeps on writing,
yes,
he or
yes,
she will going to do a lot of
yes,
papers,
yes, yes,
right?
yes.
Wherein if you're just going to use a whiteboard
Mm,
and then a marker, then if ever it's already been filled with writings, you can erase that, right? Okay,
yes,
not unlike with the flip charts. Okay, actually, flip charts, if you do have only maybe short words to write, it's okay. But if you do have a lot of words to write, oh, flip chart is expensive because you are going to use a lot of
yes,
paper in there,
yes, yes, that's
right?
right. Yes.
Okay, next, number 7.
Seven?
Yes,
No,
so number
seven, seven,
7,
seven. The,
this one, it starts with letter D. So this one
oh,
is
D. I
you
think that
write,
is a book, but I don't know.
yeah, so
Start with letter D.
you write in there every day. So when you write something in there every day, that is
Di-
what we call,
Diary.
yes,
Ah,
okay. So that would serve as your diary. So everything that happens to you, your meeting, so you put in there in your diary, right?
I think I call it the book, notebook. Book.
Logbook, yeah, the
Yes,
logbook, right?
yes.
Okay, but a diary
Oh,
is also different
diary.
from a logbook because a diary that would be personal, right? How?
Yes.
Okay, logbook is a book wherein you can be able to put everything in there, the meeting, okay, who are the
Yes.
persons that you met, so that would
Yes.
be the logbook, okay? But sometimes a diary actually is a personal thing. So that would be
Yes.
your personal. You don't need to show that one to your boss, okay? Because it's a different thing. Okay.
Okay.
Next, number 8. It starts with letter L.
Laptop.
Yes, of course. So that would be a laptop. Okay. So laptop. Okay. Oh, okay. Now let's end up our lesson.
Yes.
It's already
Yes.
been
Yes.
actually I have students waiting for me,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so thank
Okay.
you
Oh,
so much.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.